every day. What can I do to make you mine? Just look my way, I see you try to be cool, but it's not you. I'm the one that you want. So try me, say, watching from afar, wishing upon a star. If you could only see what I see, trying to open up your eyes have been wide shut, but I believe it's not a dream. I'm gonna change your mind about me. I gotta make you see you fit perfectly, like it's meant to be, so desperately. So just follow me, 'cause I've got that key. Let's unlock our hearts and find out what's inside it. Could be anything, a good thing. So let's change your mind about me. What you got?
Should I be offended?
It's not a dream. I'm gonna change your mind about me. I gotta make you see you fit perfect.
He caught me. So over here dancing. How's everybody doing? Well, already 120 people in here. I didn't expect so many people in here because JLR is still live. My eyes are always watering. I can only be on for about an hour because of tonight's festivities, but I'll go live later too. I'm taking little Ziggy to a fireworks display, like event festival tonight at my hometown. It looks like it's gonna be fun. So I did include my in the little banner at the bottom, my Venmo and Cash App. If anybody wants to help donate towards that, I would really appreciate it. You guys are amazing, and I'm really excited for the night. I hope that you guys all have amazing plans and get to spend time with family, and especially the kids. It's fun for the kids, and it's an experience for them to remember. So, right, it's always about the kids. Anyways, whoa. So how many have heard what JLR has just put out? Yeah, let's wait. There's a lot on the plate. Since today's the 4th, it kind of screws things up a little bit because we're trying to figure out when we can go live over at the Burn Barrel, where it works out for both of us. So I have that to do. But yeah, I need to get back to my backup channel too. I'm wondering, has anybody heard from Don since he supposedly has come back to Tennessee? Where is he? You guys seriously have not heard? Let's see here. And I will let me go ahead and put this in the description. JLR's link. A lot of this information today is going to be coming from JLR. It is legitimate. It's straight from court documents, police documents. So it's 100% legitimate. No way to deny. Let me pull up my chat on my phone. Let's just say that starting out here that first, Jody Sue, maybe she was kind of telling the truth about the whole, maybe she wasn't so paranoid about Don being a peeping Tom. he didn't have charges for he doesn't have charges for peeping Tom or any like that, but JLR found something out of Arkansas that is, I don't know how we're into, sorry, I need, my lips are killing me. I need some like lip balm or something. I don't know how we're 2 years in and just now this coming out. You guys, can you see that? What that says? You guys guess first. Let me make this bigger. See that? What do you think happened from that little bit showing right there? Hold on, while I'm looking, you guys take a look at that while I find some chapstick or something. I can't take my lips. He's a panty burglar too. He wasn't even married at the time. I don't think, was he? I don't know. But no. Nope, nope, no. You guys have guessed it. Yeah, I will definitely read it out. It says clothing under the descriptor of what was stolen, okay, because this was a burglary charge. Don burglarized a property solely and only for women's undies. Look, one item taken. Women's red underwear. A panty bandit. Remember Candace saying she find panties in his truck? Oh, yeah. It was Don Wells, Ricky Beavers. Don Wesley Wells. And JLR just, thank you so much, JLR, for releasing this. He's got a bunch of documents he was able to get through the FOIA, right? Is it called FOIA or? He got a bunch of documents and he was able to find what. So we've known about these arrests and this arrest, including. However, we didn't know what he took. And what's so interesting about this is JLR read this part. I'm going to go ahead and read it too. On July 20th of 2006 at 12:39 a.m., Officer Linda Burry and I were breaking, and entering patrol in the area of Broyles and Permisson on our patrol mountain bikes. We were checking 2 juveniles in the area of Trail Dust and Broyles. They drew our attention to a suspicious male in the driveway of a suspicious male in the driveway of 4904 Permisson. The juvenile stated that the residence was a friend's and that the mail did not belong at the address. I then observed a white male, later identified as Donald Wells, wearing a white T-shirt. That's his favorite, white T-shirts. Standing on the driver's side of a blue and white van parked in the driveway of 4904 Permisson. I noted that the garage was open to the residence, and the juvenile female kept asking if she could close it. If she could close the garage. When Wells observed us pointing to his location, he walked to the front of the van, which was facing the garage, and crouched down behind it out of sight. We had the juvenile stay at the intersection of Broyles and Trail Dust while we went to speak with Wells. While riding to the driveway, which was located off of Permisson, I could see Wells attempting to hide by crouching down in front of the vehicle. Wells stood up and began to lean on the front of the van while we rode up the driveway towards him. Upon making contact with Wells, I noted him to appear to be nervous and having a shaking in his voice as he spoke. Wells stated that he had been waiting for Johnny to come home. Wells stated that he was friends with Johnny, but did not know whether he was at tonight, or did not know where he was at tonight, or if he was coming home. Wells advised that Johnny's mother, Candy Beatty, another Candy, Candace Candy, what's up with that? Another Candy, was inside asleep, but that she did not know he was outside waiting. Wells initially advised that he had been waiting for Johnny for approximately 2 hours outside the residence, but that he was getting tired waiting and was going to leave soon. It was again confirmed that Wells had not made plans to meet Johnny at this location, and that Wells had shown up on his own accord to try to find Johnny. Okay, first of all, who is Johnny, and how old is this guy, and how old is this woman he's stealing off of these panties from? Like, is this Johnny? Like, Johnny sounds like a juvenile name, like, I mean, I know there's Johnny Depp and stuff like that, but Johnny is like a cute boy's name or whatever. It just sounds young. But it makes me wonder, was it a juvenile? Due to the Wells' demeanor and the fact that he kept sticking his hands in his pockets, Officer Linda Berry obtained consent to search Wells' pockets. During the consent search, Linda Berry located a pair of red panties in Wells' right front pocket. Wells initially advised that the panties were from his wife, who resides at West End, but then corrected himself, stating that they were his girlfriend's. Wells stated that he also was picking up some items that he had stored in the shed. Wells said that Beatty did not know that he was storing his things in the shed and did not want her to find out. What the fuck? Johnny Haynes. Okay, he did not want her to find out. Officer Linda Berry began looking around the area inside the garage for items that appeared to be out of place inside the garage. Linda Berry located an open laundry room, which contains several lingerie items. Officer Linda Berry advised me about what he had discovered in the garage, at which time I advised Wells of his Miranda warnings. Wells advised that he understood his rights and would speak to me without attorney present. During the interview, Wells admitted that he entered the garage and took the panties from the laundry room. He said that he was going to use the panties to masturbate at a later time. A later time, he denied having any sexual contact with himself or anyone else at the residence while waiting on Johnny. This happened in 2006, July. We're coming up on an anniversary. Happy anniversary, Donald Wells. July 20th of 2006. So interesting. What do you guys think? This is interesting. Thank you, JLR, for bringing this to our attention because it's interesting. It shows a pattern, it shows a history. I 100% agree with everything that JLR was saying over there. And he was right. It shows he has a pattern of behavior. And ice have been taken off of him because of this Fred Hill stuff. Now people, I mean, nobody knows what to think. JLR mentioned something about, that I agree with, that the day of June 15th of 2021, when Summer vanished, that Don did have the boys with him. At some point he had the boys with him and took him to work with him, or said he was going to work with them. Remember, even Fred Hill stated that he had seen Don, I think, going up the driveway, and the boys were in the vehicle about 9 a.m. or so on June 15th. Then, so Don had the boys, remember, just like JLR said, this information, I don't want to steal his idea or anything, because this is I just am recapping what JLR said, and it's true, or it's, a lot of this is fact, but we don't know for fact, about if the boys were with him and stuff like that, but these documents are fact. But I agree with what he was saying, that the day before, remember, CPS was at the Wells house. So you think Don might have been a little nervous and took the boys with him to work because he didn't want CPS to have contact with the boys. And then Grandis, Candace, and Summer, did their thing at the hospital and swimming hole and all that stuff, and Anna Hunter. But at some point, I agree with JLR, they met up and there was some kind of switch. There was some kind of exchange. I would like to know, Canadian Cookie, what? He had undies on his channel? What do you mean? I don't know JLR's past or charges, but I find it's still, whether or not what JLR's past is like irrelevant, because if we can't deflect and be like, well, JLR did this. We're talking about Dawn, right now, and I don't mean that rude or anything. I just am saying, like, this, we can't. It might be hypocritical. I don't know his JLR's past, but I'm just saying this is absolutely true, because it is a police document, law enforcement document, and once again, I feel like I have a headache coming on. Yeah, talk about fireworks on the 4th of July, right? Oh, what? Little Boston? Happy 4th of July, everybody. Happy 4th, Renegade. Thank you. Candace did make a statement that she was taking summer to dawn. Oh, really? I wonder how Tim is what he's gonna respond to with this. Yeah. And he has a slew of records from state to state to state. And I don't know if I agree like with what JLR was saying is like he would screw up in one state and then move to another. Like I don't think you can hide from yourself or hide from your criminal record by moving to state to state to state. I mean, I don't know. Can you? I don't think so. Maybe it's a little bit more. I mean, of course, the community is not going to know who you are. You know, they might not know you're a POS. He might like ruin his reputation in one area and then go to another. Yeah, so that's another thing. Thank you, Shiran. It was good meeting you. Jody Sue said that he used to look through her window at night. Might be nicking knickers off washing lines. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So, maybe Jody Sue's suspicions were right. Maybe her intuition about Dawn possibly creeping is correct. Well, today JLR's wasn't clickbait. He did that from CPS involvement, but criminal record follows state to state. Yeah, imagine what he did get away with, right? You can get away from being called the panty sniffer. So, let me tell you something else interesting that was found out. Let me see if I can find where it's on this document that JLR showed, because this is another really interesting thing. And it was a statement from the lady who would be like the victim in this. Hold on, let me see if I can find. Okay, I think it's right here. So basically, I'm not going to read all this if you guys go over to JLR, because he was the one that paid or got the information. But I do want to show here on this. Okay, so they go in and they try to make contact with the owner of the property, the woman, and I guess it was a crazy story because police couldn't get a response from her, like to answer the door or anything, and I guess she was had taken a bunch of sleeping pills or something. And so that's a whole other crazy story. But when they did make contact with her, she said, I asked her if she knew that Donna Wells was outside her residence waiting on her son, Johnny. Beatty said that her children were staying with a friend and would not be coming to the residence. Beatty also advised that she had arrived home the night before and found Wells prowling around her residence. Beatty said that she told Wells that she wanted him to leave her property and not to come back. Beatty also said she did not know he was outside and that he did not have permission to be on her property. What the hell, dude? So are you telling me the night before he was out there creeping around And she caught him and the night before, and he came back. I don't know. I would love to know how old she was too. She had to me, it sounds like she was like older. Because if Johnny was an adult, well, not necessarily older, but it makes it sound like she's older, like, because unless Johnny is like 10, or I mean, even if Johnny was like 20, she could be like 40. And I guess Dawn was about 40, 41 or so here. I don't believe anything Jody Sue says. Jody Sue says Fred Hill says. Oh, it's totally fine. So I want to know where is Dawn? Where is Yes, this is a police report, and JLR obtained them from requesting them from the appropriate locations. Posher, maybe jealous that Jody's knickers were posher. So was he actually charged for this? Oh yeah. They charged him with it was burglary.
He walked to the front of the van.
Right there. Oh shit. Sorry. It's not on the screen. Top left corner, you can see the case number, the date, and the officer is in 2006. It looks like around the 2006 time, around that year, 2006, 7. Looks like Dawn and both Candace and them were, it was definitely a eventful time in their lives. Which other states has Don lived? Check out what else he's done. No problem, Pink. Oh yeah, Shannon. I mean, Jody Sue is suspect AF too, but it doesn't mean that Dawn wasn't creeping around. I mean, she also had a young girl, a young daughter. So, or does have a young daughter, Jody Sue. So who knows? Who knows if Dawn was doing that? Jody Sue makes a good point. Like, she mentioned something about that was, at first she assumed he was like stalking or watching her or something, but then she wondered in retrospect if it was her daughter that he was interested in. Who knows? I mean, this is coming from a guy who I have on recording who talked about it like it was just normal, like it was normal saying a 12-year-old had a hot body. And that she was going to end up pregnant. If she's not pregnant now, she's going to be soon or something like that. Like, because she had a hot body is what he said. 12-year-old. I just went down the wrong pipe. And the person asked, like, the states that he's lived in. He's lived in Arkansas, Tennessee, Utah. We know those off the rip. What, Texas? Florida. What else? Oh, really, Flickin'? You think that Jody Sue's son was peeping on Candace? Wow. Penny's still a crackhead. Well, for some, that's a drug that is also can be a sexual drug for some. Some people, cocaine. I say meth is more of a sexual drug. It seems like people, I don't know, never got into those. Damien was caught on Will's property a few times. So yeah, supposedly he was. Master manipulator and masturbator. Master masturbator, master manipulator. Right. You can't run away from being, you can't just move and escape yourself. Is that what Don's trying to do? Like thinking, does he think it's the location? I mean, it would make sense. I mean, he does not seem to take accountability very well. Does Don Wells really believe that he can just move up and move and start new? That, oh no, he probably blames that location, the people around there, it's a horrible area. I could see Don putting it on the area. Yeah, Loveland is kind of weird. Yes. It would be crack if it's, and crack is much more addictive too. It's Cotton Candy said, I had a feeling this is going to come down to both of them, was letting the oldest do. Oh. Not saying, repeating that. He actually told the cops that what he attended. Yeah, see, that's the thing too. It's like, that's another thing. Like, Don comes off like kind of, he sometimes tells on himself. He does come off, so sometimes it makes me think, like, maybe it just confuses me. I mean, I know this is like super, super serious. Like, if he's did something or has involvement with Summer's disappearance, so maybe that would be extra incentive to remain quiet about it. But Don, has a hard time keeping things quiet, even when it comes to stuff like skeletons in his closet and things that most wouldn't want to share with people. So that's what makes me mate, did he have something? I do believe that Don knows for sure. And I don't know how Candace can't. Knew a guy who always jumped from one job to another when he knew FBI was getting close to him. Oh, wow. That would make sense. Because, they could be you can be easily located through your job because you have to show identification and stuff. So that makes sense. So everybody should, after this, or hey, Nurse Sandy, everybody should go watch JLR's video because he goes over some other stuff too. So it's not just this. He talks about, he has documents on other arrests too. This is just the one that was sexual in nature, just more proof of him being a sexual deviant. One of the other ones that jailer had was, it seemed weird. He was found in that, I think it was in the same vicinity of the panty location, but it was like a couple weeks before the panty arrest. He was caught for loitering in this neighborhood, I guess, and he didn't get caught with anything or anything. It was just a loitering charge. He's claimed he was sleeping out there and had been, I don't know if he was living in his van or what, or if he was really just staking out the area. Oh, I know. Oh, really? The interview with who did an interview with JLR's ex-girlfriend? JLR may be a creep, but I don't know. I mean, I know he definitely has a history and arrests and stuff, but I mean, I don't know about any sexual crimes, but who knows? Like, but my focus right now is Don Wells. Maybe some other time we'll. I don't have. It's about Don Wells right now. During this live, anyways. But I just don't want to deflect. I don't want to give Don an excuse, or I don't think that we should be like, oh, well, JLR, has no room to talk. Like, that's making an excuse for Don and taking the focus off Don. And I don't like that. He's been enabled too much, and that's why he's continued these type of crimes. Well, and also you remember when we had that lady? We need to pull up that lady that came on here. It was a live I did, and maybe we'll have to go over it. I don't know when. Can't tonight, but probably can't tonight unless it was really late. When the lady came up on my panel who claimed to be an old neighbor of Don's when he was a child. Does anybody remember that? He's going to be a kid. I was a kid. I was 17 years ago. I understand it's been a long time ago. I get that. If this was an isolated incident, okay, whatever. He's a little bit of a perv, whatever. I'll forgive him. Maybe he's whatever. Maybe he was drunk. Who knows? But it could have been worse, right? At least it wasn't a crime against a person, I suppose. Direct sex crime on a person. It's an invasion of privacy, and it's weird. It would creep you out if you were the woman who, the victim. And it sounds like he had been like stalking the property, like waiting for the opportunity just to get these panties. It sounds like he had an obsession with this candy chick. Because he was there the night before, according to her statement. But as I was going to say, this is a pattern with Dawn. This is not like an isolated incident, so this is just like one of many. It's not like it's a one and done type thing. No, he wasn't a kid. He was 41 years old. 41 or 42. And I'm drinking Sprite today only because I have to. There's no Diet Coke in there. The problem with Dawn and Candace is they continue to not. Yep. They continue to not change, and they continue to not change because they are enabled over and over again. I also agree with JLR 100%. I was sitting there, clapping my hands at everything when he was sitting there saying, how, oh shit, now I guess it just slipped my mind. He was saying how, Shit. It will come back to me. Is it true, Dawn? Same after a porn star? Is it true, Dawn? Wait, what? Same summer. What's up? What the hell? We already proved that last night, Evil Abe. You can look up you can look on the community post that I post. I put absolute proof on my community wall. Absolute proof. It's like undeniable proof. I mean, and plus, Evil Abe, it's on Doug's Twitter. Use a little bit of your research skills. Go look. Doug posted it himself. What happened? It's circumvention. Had nothing to do with me. Why would it be anything to do with me? I don't have a freaking, I don't go after Doug. It doesn't work like that, Abe. You should know. You don't, I just so happened to talk about Doug the day before. It doesn't, I don't just snap my fingers and he's gone. Had nothing to do with me. But thanks for the $5. Oh, name Summer after a porn star? What? Hey, Fun Size. That is so creepy if he did that. Has Dawn Wells? I don't know. That's what I'm wondering too. Where is Dawn? That's what. Has anybody heard from him since he's taken this? It's not that long of a drive from Arkansas to Tennessee. What? I mean, how far is it? What, 6 hours or something? Probably longer than that because you go through Georgia, right? So maybe 8 hours. Georgia's the crap. I doubt it's even that far. Let's see. I know, of course, I've got to go look. Directions from Arkansas to Tennessee. 5 hours and 53 minutes. So I should have stuck to my, you don't even go through Georgia. I'm a dum-dum. Geography was never my freaking strong suit. Oh yeah, I've been checking the jail site, and I'll check FindLink again today. Let's see. I checked FindLink because I was wondering. I was like, well, why haven't we heard from Don? I mean, did he get arrested? And it makes you wonder too. Can law enforcement hide that kind of stuff from, let's see, Don. Oh, wait, hold on. There's more. Nope, I don't see him. I don't see him on VineLink. Let's look up, though, and see what it says for Fred Hill. Anything changed there? I know that if it had, in custody. Now, this is crazy though. Look at this. Wow, he's going to be freaking I don't know what this means, guys. What does this mean for Fred Hill with these court events? I don't think this is a good sign here. June 23rd of this year, he had a court date, but they rescheduled it. It was arraignment. And it doesn't even say when or they rescheduled it to. The trial, though, is scheduled for October 11th. It was August. Why was it changed again? Let's see. Is Dudley still in jail? Yep. See, he has a hearing on the 11th. His is like close. He had a his was rescheduled. June 27th was also rescheduled. That's Sullivan County though. Interesting. Oh, is it? It's a 12-hour drive? Okay. Right. Because all I did was, you know what? You're probably right. Because I didn't even think that they probably, when I looked up the directions from Tennessee to Arkansas, they probably did it to the, the farthest point, the state line, probably. So probably from the west side of the state to Arkansas. And they're on the east side. So yeah, you're probably right. Probably is a Was he arrested for drugs? Yeah. Are you talking about Dudley? He has several charges, it looks like. He has several because he has different. Oh, wait, no, this is 2022. Sorry. What? This is. Okay, I guess he does have. I don't know. Yeah, he has a lot of things going on, and it is drug meth related. So, anyways, thank you all for hanging out here. And what's everybody? And I'm curious why law enforcement took so long to arrest Fred when his charges are for of 20 and at the end of 2021 and March of 2022. Exactly. It was over a year before they arrested him. Nothing on Laura yet. I haven't heard from any of them. What? Are you serious? No poop or pee break? I would explode. Where's Summer? Yeah, I don't know if you're talking about the Doug incident or who you're talking about showing kids or whatever. Yeah, I was annoyed and I didn't understand it. I thought it was weird, but um Doug's situation had nothing, or whatever's happened to him has nothing to do with me at all. I don't have any strikes out against anybody. Um and if everybody goes to my last community post I posted, it is so, it explains it like 100% in like 1 minute. It's hard to debate. He screwed himself because, especially since he added YouTube, he was asking YouTube on a public forum where everybody can see why his channel was taken, and they responded and told him circumvention. And now we know that Doug has had a previous channel that was terminated. I didn't even know that. So how would I make YouTube aware of it if I had no idea that he's had a terminated channel before? So it looks like they're cracking down on that. And there's several people on the platform that I can think of who are on here who have had a terminated channel before. So unfortunately, Doug in this situation is really screwed because it's not like he was not struck by anybody. It's not anything that anybody did to him. This was all on Doug. I don't even think anybody, I haven't even found anybody who knew that Doug had a terminated channel before. I mean, let me scroll up here. Can you imagine if all these guys were arrested and housed in the same jail, all in the same cell across from each other? Don's probably in a shed somewhere, right? Yeah, I didn't. If I did, I would say it because it's not my like. I saw a comment that somebody showed me where they said it wasn't Ziggy's style. No, it's not my style. I wouldn't have, even though plus it wasn't enough time to even do anything. We were talking about a day. Like, I went off on him the day before. The next day, it was just a coincidence. And actually, this time he's screwed because now everybody knows, since he posted it on Twitter, that what his channel was taken for. So now if he comes back, somebody's just going to go over to YouTube and tell on him. And so the couple channels that he has already that are up, that are not monetized, that they haven't taken down, because the 3 that were taken down were attached to his AdSense account. So that those were easily found. He had AdSense account in somebody else's name, obviously, because if he had a channel terminated before, that's the only way to get around it and be monetized, is to get in from have somebody make an AdSense account for you that you can use. But now people are just going to go report his other channels and be like, oh, and He can't come back. There's no way. There's absolutely no way in this. I don't know. I guess YouTube, somebody was saying that YouTube was cracking down on this stuff. People on the app who have been banned, because when you're terminated for good. And I guess it was probably Doug started his YouTube in the auditing arena. So, he did a lot of that. He was filming himself harassing cops and stuff. And his channel was terminated, I guess, at some point before any of us were around. Yeah, and the thing is, like what I said in my live last night, I think my live last night was actually really, I thought it was a really good live, and actually very informative, and explained the situation very, very well, what had happened, and it's just not at all debatable. I mean, there's absolute proof of what has happened with Doug, and it just takes a tiny bit of research. But I am concerned for him. Because like I said yesterday, I'm not going to go into it all over again, but what I said last night, I meant somebody from his family he's going to freaking crash and burn. Like, there was rumors of him living in his van when he first started YouTube and stuff, and that's where it looks like he's headed again, unless somebody gets him help for his mental illness. And it's really sad because Doug has done this to himself, and it just is, and it's because it has a lot to do with mental illness. If he could just, if all it took was take some medicine to even him out a little bit. You're already drinking? Hey, Jackie. That was me. They announced about 2 or 3 months ago they were going to be cracking down on band creators that created new channels. Yes, that was crazy. You guys, he's done a lot of stuff. It was not me. I don't have that power, but thanks for thinking I'm so, it doesn't work like that. And let's say he did get banned. If there was something you guys, why would you don't blame the person who told on you blame the person who did the activity, or who did the thing that's against the rules. It's crazy. You can't keep enabling people. No, I didn't freaking have anything to do with his channel getting banned at all. But even if I did, it still wouldn't be my fault because it was Doug that did it. You know what I mean? You guys got to think about that. We can't keep doing this shit of enabling. That's the same thing with Doug or Dawn and Candace. They do stupid shit, and then we want to blame other people, these creators or people on YouTube, for telling on them or whatever, or talking about it or calling them out on it. Yeah, and it's sad. I wish somebody would get him. I don't know. And there's nothing, like I said last night, if there was anything I could do, I would but there's not. I'm not getting involved in any type of campaign to get him some type of mental help, because I'm not even going there. No, probably not, Flicking Bullock. Probably not. I'm sure that nobody warned him. Just like people sit there and watch Benny like crash and burn when he's having a melt. Like if you're these people's friends, like, hey, be like, speak up to them, and so they don't do something to ruin their own lives or to screw themselves over. We all know that there's so many trolls on here just chomping at the bits to wait to get one of us there. Benny has tons of trolls, and yeah, his friends need, instead of encouraging it and stuff like that. Same with Doug. It's people, you're not these people's friends if you're not like talking to them privately. Oh yeah. Well, I'm talking about other things that he does. He has there's so much more than that, I have no patience for people who make the wrong choices over and over. If he's had his channel taken before, he shouldn't have circumvented. Yep. Yep. Giving money to Don and Can pays for their week of drinking drugs after one of Daisy's lives, to where Can's Cash App was up. They must have made money because Don didn't go to work the next day. Didn't he lose his job? Hey, Stephanie. Yeah, and people don't want to, and people don't want to do that because they know that how he is, and he'll just like freak out on them. I know, and there is others who are, and I've known of others for a long time. I could have contacted YouTube and made a big deal of it. And usually, even if you would do something like that, they don't do anything about it anyways, usually. But I guess now they are cracking down on that. So we might see this happening to a lot more people. Just like people were saying last night in my live with Critical K and Molly, how they've, I don't know if Molly's tried to come back, and it's just, but there's some that are on here right now who it's probably going to happen to too. There's several. I didn't know that Molly tried to came back and on YouTube. Isn't she still doing Kick? Somebody was saying last night that Molly was one that had came back and lost it again as soon as she came back. I think Molly's on Kick. Justin, do you know if she's still doing Kick? Yep, 100%. But he's just got away with it for a long time. I mean, maybe if he laid low for like, I don't know how long it would take for people to forget. I think that it makes me wonder if that's why he's gone to different communities. You know how he did the oddity community. Now he's in the true crime community. Wasn't there one other community that Doug was in? Maybe he's doing that because he was banned in a previous, he was terminated. His channel was terminated before, like in a different community, and maybe he didn't want to make a channel back in that same community because it'd be more likely for the people to remember he was terminated. I don't know. It's just a thought. Oh, she's somewhere in the Caribbean? Oh, that lucky duck. Yeah, I didn't think so either. I didn't think she'd come back. But somebody was saying that. Oh yeah, there you go. There you go. Natasha Cooper. That's a good example of what circumventing is. Some get away with it longer than most, but see, Natasha Cooper like has so many haters, and it's just like back to back of her creating new more channels, and it's just hard for YouTube to keep up. But yeah, she can't. I don't know how many times like Natasha's been able to get monetized. I explained it like we talked about this like it's very detailed in last night's live, and if you watch it you'll understand completely. It has nothing to do with anybody else at all. Sorry. I was just reading something that somebody sent me, or text that had nothing to do with YouTube. He has other backups that he could go on and explain to everybody what happened, but Molly's on what? When MS555. Oh, Christina donated to Candace. It went to Daisy first, and Daisy said she took 30% of it for YouTube and something else. I don't remember. It gets more. Where did Christine donate? Did she super chat? Because when you super chat, yeah, YouTube takes like, I thought it was like 50% now or like 45% now. It's absolutely ridiculous. You're not supposed to like use even a backup channel or anything. And all his channels that were connected to that AdSense account are terminated. Yeah, Molly is entertaining. It's just. Dawn sent a link to Daisy saying law enforcement has taken Summer. She played the link but was afraid to get a strike because of the music playing. You won't get a strike. It just demonetizes your channel or your video. And I think just for ads too. I think you still get your super chats and stuff. It's not that as big a deal as people make it, but you don't. I mean, obviously, if you're a creator, you're obviously not going to want that to happen every single video because that's how you make money. She had her mom put out Candace's PayPal and chat last night while saying she is having money issues herself. Sounds like me. Make sure everybody hits that like button and make sure you're subscribed up to the channel. And I thought Molly would get her channel back. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe she's appealing it. She might. It probably takes a while. What's everybody doing tonight? Is anybody doing anything? I feel like my head's starting to hurt, and I'm like, oh God, I don't want to feel like I need to get off here and get ready, but I feel like what? Who are you talking? Who only has to pay $230 a week? Dang, I wish I only had to pay that much. Oh my gosh, I want to go to a pool party. Can I come? Oh, I want to go. I might have to go. I don't have any Diet Coke here, so that might be why. Probably do need some caffeine. Where is it at? There's a recording of AV telling Doug that true crime pays. Also, it was the same channel. That's why he had so many subs. Oh, really? How was he able to do that? If it was. So then which channel has he had that was terminated? That's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't have known his channel was terminated. I had nothing to do with telling YouTube that he was on freaking YouTube circumventing. I had no idea. I've only been around this community for a few years. And he hasn't been terminated in the last few years, so I had no idea. I've still have yet to see anybody say they remember him being terminated. Yeah, Sprite's caffeine free. I know. That probably is what it is. I don't have any caffeine. I'm in Indiana. Only takes me an hour to get to Ohio. I know it is very loud. I know if we go tonight, we'll probably go because I need to go wake up. Caitlin's napping and I need to go ask her what's going on if we're going to go. Thank you, Mama Bear. Wow, that's awesome. Where's Summer? Does anyone know why Dawn said we had just got Summer back the day after Summer disappeared? Are you talking about when he said, what would you do if your daughter that you just got back went missing? He was referring to, that was nothing. That was him. That was in a conversation with me and him, and he was referring to my situation. My daughter was staying at my mom's for a period of time, and Don was referring to my situation. Taking more freaking ibuprofen. I do not want to get a headache. I hate headaches. I'm the biggest baby when it comes to that. Eastern Ohio. Oh, how close are you to Parkersburg? Wow. Many Americans, yep, they do, and Australia. Probably, Shannon. I'm sure somewhere in Nashville's fireworks are televised. No, I haven't had any caffeine today. My freaking head is killing me. I don't have any caffeine here. I'm super annoyed last night. I can't get over the. I know it was only $20. Oh shit, my cards just went. But I didn't. It was $20. I did not freaking have to blow, and I was so mad. Such a waste. Lottery tickets are such a waste. I hate it. I'm so annoyed. But something told me to get just $2 lottery ticket. So I put the money in the machine to get one, and then I'm like, how do I get my change? And then I noticed it says no change given, and I was like, oh my god. And then of course they were all like losers, and this is why I hate freaking lottery tickets. They're a waste of money. I won $2 of my money back. That might help. I don't know. But I do have to take a shower and see what Caitlin wants to do. She was sad because she's like, everybody has their friends and boyfriends, and I'm with my mom. I'm such a loser. My hair I look like. They're a total waste. Yes. I understand. I mean, if you go buy like a dollar Powerball or something, like, just, this always, it's like up to you. I'm just saying, in my personal opinion, I don't like lottery tickets. He really thinks that someone in the area took Summer because of what was going on in her home. Yeah, I watched that video. It was the guy who does the hikes over there. I guess he posts about hikes, and he has videos up about Laurel Run. $20 ticket. Oh my god. What? Do you have a pool? You have that. Yeah, the $2 I intended to spend, I got back. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Indiana. I know, but I didn't mean to I didn't know the machine didn't give change. I was so annoyed. Yeah. Oh, Dawn is. I thought that. Lost his channel because at the time I was subbed, and I remember looking for his new channel. I've only been true crime since Summer went missing. I think BK will be next. My lips are sealed. I'm not mentioning anything. I have enough drama to deal with. I don't interfere in that kind of stuff. I let karma and you got the universe and everything take care of it. I don't. If people are leaving me alone, I don't freaking do vindictive stuff like that to people for. I mean, me and, like I said last night, me and Doug don't have that relationship where I mean, he might be going after me. I have no idea. Like, I don't pay attention to him, and I ask people not to send me the stuff. So, but I guess he was mentioning me because he was showing a picture of my daughter, which is so weird and random because what made him think, or what made him want to look at my daughter's social media out of nowhere? Goody powders for headaches. Oh no. Oh no. At least you didn't pick the right numbers and send your daughter to get a ticket. Then when you see the winning numbers, find out she played the wrong damn. Oh no. I wouldn't be able to get over that for like, oh my God. Oh no. I think he was on a couple days ago, wasn't he? I never win stuff like that. So it doesn't matter if they make money or not. It doesn't matter. You're not allowed on YouTube at all. You're not allowed even on a regular you can't even have a regular channel that's not monetized. Now the monetized channels are easier to find and because they're attached to an AdSense account. But still, if a creator has lost a channel before, been terminated, that means they lost that AdSense account too. So they had to make a new AdSense account with somebody else's information. It's and then any channels that the creator attaches to that AdSense, when they get found out, those channels are gone. Now, channels that aren't yet monetized are harder to track, but now that YouTube's cracking down on the stuff, I don't know. Technology gets better and better as time goes on, so I don't know. That's when Fizzle said they're not friends, they were work partners, and since his channel don't make her money, she don't talk to him anymore. She said that? I don't think so. She said that she's not going to be friends with Benny just because she's not making money off him. I don't think so. That doesn't sound like something she would say. Yeah, BK was on last night. That's right. He was, yeah, with Crystal's Crime Time. That's right. Talking about the Fred situation. And I hear was talking shit about me. I was like, whatever. That's why I don't watch it. I would have loved to watch it, but I'm not going to sit there and watch somebody talk shit about me. Focus on the case. Right. I'm sure he's going through her now. He's depressed. I feel for the guy. It's just that there's right ways to go about things. And I'm talking about Benny. Too many red flags with Jody Sue. What the hell was she talking about yesterday to everybody to keep their eyes open and their screenshots ready or something like that? What the hell was she talking about? I'm still waiting. Everybody's still waiting to know what the hell she was. That's why nobody can take her seriously. Jody Sue has more red flags than anyone. Chasing Truth and Jody Sue are beefing right now. Hey, Red. for any of you guys that can support the channel, I appreciate it. My Cash App and Venmo are scrolling at the bottom. We're going to fireworks tonight, and I hope everybody else has an amazing time too. And we'll go live there also. At least that's the plan. I need to get off here in just a second because that is insane, and I don't even know I've done that. I don't know how I was able to do that. She said that Tiffany Marie killed her dog literally one day and then said it was a joke. Well, Tiffany deserves that because she freaking says the same type of stuff that's absolutely ridiculous. The winging ginger and the cringing menger. What? Happy 4th of July, America. Us Britain has held a grudge for nearly 250 years, but now we sent you Harry the winging ginger and the cringing minger. What? 12 animals. You too, Lynn. I'm about to get off here too. You don't believe she'll ever be found? Dawn said it in the beginning. How will they ever find her? There is no evidence. So what do you think? I mean, what's that make you think? Did they get rid of her the same way Rose Bly was gotten rid of? Is that why he's so confident? Because nobody's found Rose, so yeah, we were just going over that. That's what we were talking about earlier. It was 2006 though, but still, or 2006 or 7. Hold on, let me double check. 2006, July 20th of 2006. We're almost at the anniversary. Oh, I don't know, Flickin'. She's all friends with Jody now. Oh, that's so weird. I mean, she knew about the fake Fed story for a year and a half, and now they want to bust people. Yeah, I know that I piss Tiffany off and stuff. Like, I'm not trying to talk shit about her, but come on now. You cannot expect people not to notice, like, or say anything when you come up with these crazy freaking conspiracy theories, accusing like a doctor's wife of like trying to kill you. That is so fucking weird to me. Come on, Tiffany. I don't know. And that's probably, and once again, I start to feel bad because I feel like there's also mental illness there. I don't know if it was because of her wreck or what, but she comes up with the craziest shit. She might have helped Candace, or hold on. Let me, I'm going to yell for Caitlin real quick and see what she wants to do. Thank you so much, Sandra. Nurse Sandy, thank you. She's, thank you so much. She sent a Cash App and she said, for the $20 you lost, thank you. That's Nurse Sandy. Thank you so much. She didn't respond, so hold on. Was I in Iraq? No, I was never in the military. I tried to at one point. Or I thought about it. All right, 1 second. Okay. I'll know here in a second. I'll stay on here for another minute or so. I did win $2, Shannon. Yeah. Does anyone remember the alleged camper fire right after summer disappeared? The smoke from it was seen in a live report from TBI. No, I don't remember that. Does anybody else? She got in some kind of car wreck or something. Oh, of course. Like, she's a really good person. Do you too have the worst headache? Yeah, I don't know if he added her. That's why I was more like freaked out about like him, like the act of him looking her up on social media. I was just like, why? Because if he's trying to find beef on me or something to, attack me on it, I don't through my daughter, I guess. Like that's what I'm thinking. But I understand why. I hadn't come after him at all. But Doug does have these like these delusions where he thinks people are coming after him. Oh, when he had like looked up my daughter's social media, I guess, and that's why people are accusing me of getting his channel taken, because the night before his channel was taken, I was live and it wasn't planned. I just something made me think about it because a couple days before somebody had shown me a screenshot of Doug holding up a picture holding up his phone to the camera, and there was a picture of somebody, and I was like, and I said, "Who is that?" I couldn't even make it out, but you couldn't even see my daughter very well, so it wasn't like I really cared so much about him showing. It was just weird. That means he had to look her up, but why? Hey, Love and Life. Yeah, Christy's a really good person, and I don't think that she's done so much for the Summer Wells case, and also the situation with Yennefer too. That's pissing me off also, because Tiffany is only going after Yennefer. For one, it started because Yennefer was associated with me and went with me to Fred Hills, and she came up with this freaking astronomical, like crazy story. And at that time, Yennefer wasn't even on YouTube really. But sorry, I was reading one of your comments. But she was going off on just like making up all this like crazy stuff about Yennefer, okay? And Yennefer was just like beside herself. She was and she tried to like talk with Tiffany and work things out, but Tiffany was not having it. She was rather have the drama and act, come up with the crazy conspiracy shit that she knows isn't true. And then I feel like she's going after Yennefer now just because of who Yennefer's associated with now. It's crazy. I mean, you can't take somebody serious the way she's gone back and forth about Jody Sue. Like back and forth like several times. Yeah, Yennefer's just a local that I don't know all what was said, what Tiffany was accusing Yennefer of, but I haven't talked to Yennefer forever. But still, right is right, wrong is wrong, and it's just crazy. I know that I know how it started with. I know the history of her with speaking out about Yennefer and stuff, and how it started. And it all started when Tiffany found out that Yennefer was with me at Fred's at one point. That Yennefer was one of the locals that went out with issue the first time I went to Tennessee. And so that was just enough for Tiffany to come up with conspiracy theories that Yennefer and I have no idea. It's so crazy. It's ridiculous to even talk about. But I can't believe like people actually believe that shit. I don't think. I mean, he might have. I don't know. He's never asked for money. He's in jail. He's in a kind of a harder situation right now, and desperate times call for desperate measures. So, and that's why I was saying last night, like, I don't know what to think about the claims he was saying while he was in jail, because even though I feel like he's an honest person, like that he's been honest with me, I'm not stupid, and I understand he's in a desperate situation, and he's got some pretty serious charges he's facing, and I don't know where he's come up with this. I saw somebody on my porch. Sorry. I don't know where he came up with the story, how he came about, if he heard it straight from Roy, or if this is just something he heard of, or if this is something that I don't feel like he's just pulled it out of his ass somewhere, like I said last night. But I also understand that he's going to try everything to probably get out of jail. Yeah, I don't think that Gavel Geek specifically, I mean, she was around people that maybe were, but I don't think she typically doesn't say anything about me. As long as I, don't say anything about her, she usually leaves me alone. And I've recognized that. And I appreciate that. It's more like some of the other ones that I think she was hanging around with. I don't think it's what's at all interesting. You don't think it's what's at all interesting, Miranda? That's okay. There was a period of like some weird. What do you? Hold on 1 second, guys. But I also, anyways, I don't think Fred's involved either. But I'm trying. I don't. But it's just. I don't. I think he's been honest with me. I never can. I haven't ever came across a time that he's up and just told me a blatant lie. But I do know it's one of the comic tactics to, try to come up with a deal with law enforcement. And also that whole incident, like where he was put on suicide watch and stuff. I don't know what to believe with that. So, 1 second. All right, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and go. Thank you so much, Nurse Sandy, for the donation. Yeah, when they first book you into county jail, yeah, you're put into a single or a cell. Well, sometimes by yourself until they get you put into population. Depending on and the jails that you go to, it depends on like the how long it takes to get you to the pod. It depends on like how big the jail is and how busy and. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't know what to. Fred said he was attacked, but it sounds like staff is saying that he did it to himself. So I don't know, and I don't know what to believe. I mean, I also know that when there's a medical emergency, sometimes people are released from jail too. So I don't know if he was desperate to get out or what. But it does look like he definitely did have something happen and was brought back because of this, what he had on his chest. And yep, Fred is still in jail. Thank you so much, Shannon, and thank you guys so much. I'll be back later to talk more, so we'll talk soon. All right, talk to you guys later.